Let's talk about the calculator problems, because as you know, this is where it's going to get messy. So if I got a situation like this, you're thinking, uh-oh. First of all, you know it's a calculator problem because it's on the calculator part of the test. So you're thinking, well, I know I'm going to have to factor. So you're thinking, all right, I've been factoring since I was a little kid. So conveniently, this one factors nice and neat. Let me see, that's going to be a +1 and a -1. So that's going to be a 3 and a -2, which makes a +1. So we end up with 3 sine x minus 1 is equal to 0. 2 sine x plus 1 is equal to 0. So sine x equals to 1/3. Sine x equals to -1/2. And we're finding all the answers between 0 and 360. So once again, oh man, we got to think about our restrictions. So here we are, we're having to think about our restrictions again. So here we go. So what I'm going to do on the calculator is I'm going to do inverse sine of 1/3. So if I do inverse sine 1 divided by 3, I get something wrong because I'm in radians. See? Because as soon as I saw that, I thought something's not right. So let's do it again. So now we're in degrees. So I got 19.471 degrees. And since sine is equal to a positive, I know I'm looking for the positive. So I do need the reference angle, and I need the second quadrant angle, which would be 160.529. Okay. Then we're going to go to this guy over here. Now, once again, I'm looking at it going, oh, it's negative. So I need the third and fourth quadrant. But just like, well, how about this? Is that unit circle? It actually happens to be unit circle, doesn't it? It's unit circle. Sometimes you do end up with a unit circle. See, it does end up being a 30-degree unit circle. So even if you did it on the calculator, you'd say, oh, well, that made the reference angle is 30, but it's third and fourth quadrant. So 210 and 330. So every once in a while, you do get a unit circle, because when I was making up this problem, I just wasn't careful enough, I guess. So let's do something a little bit more traumatizing. What about something like this? Cotan square minus 2 cotan minus 15 equals 0. All right, well, it factors. How nice. Factors. Because you're looking at it, you're looking at it thinking, oh man, I hate factoring. So what are we going to get? A -5 and a +3. So cotan is equal to -3. Cotan is equal to 5. So see, -3, cotan's -3. So it's negative. So I know I'm thinking second and fourth quadrants, and cotan's positive. So I'm thinking first and third. So like on this guy here with the negative, because here we go, because on my calculator, remember we have to do inverse tan. So I'm going to do inverse tan of 1 divided by 3. So kind of like I always say, kind of go over to the side and say, okay, I'm going to do inverse tan of 1/3, and that's going to make the reference angle 435. See, that makes my reference angle. Then I turn that reference angle into the second and fourth quadrant. So if I say 180 minus my answer, that makes the second quadrant. So I'm going to add, whoops, I'm going to subtract 180 back. Okay, now I'm back. Now I got the negative reference angle. Okay, so now I'm back to the reference angle. Now I'm going to say 360 minus my reference angle to make the fourth quadrant. So just a little bit messy. Then over here, you're going to say, uh-oh, well, this is easy, because this case, I need the positives. So I'm just going to do inverse tan of 1/5, which will make my reference. So inverse tan 1 divided by 5 is 11.310. And then I just have to do the third quadrant, which is easy because we just add 180. So that was easy because that one was positive. Okay. So anyway, these are messy because we're going to have to factor on every single one of them. Then, like if you're looking at the worksheet, then you turn the page on the worksheet and you see, uh-oh, the next page has got quadratic formula. So I'll do that. I'll make a completely separate video for quadratic formula. So this is the factoring video.